regret. On July 10th, NASA discovered a dwarf planet. All the satellite data indicated the planet was chaotic and gaseous. Landing on the surface would be impossible, and breaking through the atmosphere proved to be catastrophic to any of NASA's satellites. The scientists at Cape Canaveral wrote it off as another floating rock in the infinite expanse of the universe with little or no indication of the meaning of life, let alone existence. They never looked at the planet again. Beneath the swarming clouds and storms is a species with a knowledge of the future. A few select judges are aware of what will come to pass to every being on the microscopic planet. The people themselves are aware of their own future, but it is limited. On some occasions, they will know the day they will meet their loved one. On others, they know they will conquer the species and become the divine ruler. One young, vigorous creature knows the day he will die. His name, for the sake of clarity, is Lawrence. When Lawrence was 5, in the planet's years, he foresaw his death. It was violent and painful. Lawrence would be swept up into a storm, ripping his fragile body thread by thread. He wouldn't die immediately. He would be able to feel every atom leave his body. As soon as Lawrence learned of his fate, he set out every day to experience all that he could. He loved women, he scaled mountains, jumped off heights, and investigated caves. He did everything his people covet and value as the most important sacraments of life. Hours before the storm of his death, Lawrence sits in his home asking himself if he lived a full life. He sifts through his memories to unearth the happiness and the joy he felt these past years. But as the storm approaches, Lawrence rises to his feet. He runs out of his house. He looks behind him. The eye of the storm widens and it glares at Lawrence. He doesn't want to die. Lawrence sprints as far as possible away from his demise. He struggles even though he knows he can't escape his fate. He wants more even though he was given the chance to live his life to the fullest. He screams in agony as his body is lifted and torn to shreds. He asks no God in particular for a second chance. And while he dies, he realizes he isn't satisfied with his life. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to support the Simulation Podcast, you can donate to my Patreon account. Any amount would be extraordinarily helpful. The link will be in the description along with all my social media accounts.